Hey, do you want to start a business, but you're not quite sure where to get your motivation from or even where to start? I'm going to show you how to do that today. Hi, I'm Cherie, aka the Corporate Concierge, where I give tips and motivation on starting a business, staying in business, and doing it like the big boys. Today, we're going to talk about how to find your gift, how to package it, and how to sell it. We're going to talk about ability, motivation, and attitude. That's actually one of the posters that's up on my wall. Someone asked me, why did I choose these particular 4 things to post on my wall as inspiration? And when I told them, they were like, man, I should talk about those on my videos. So I'm going to do it. The first one today, like I said, is going to be attitude, motivation, and ability. Actually reversed. Ability is first. These 3 things are really the most important things that you need to guide you through your entrepreneur journey from the beginning to the end. Ability determines what you can do. Ability determines what you're capable of. What comes natural to you? What do you know how to do? What do you like to do? That's your ability. If you're not sure, if you need a tool to pinpoint that, grab a piece of paper and make 3 columns. The first column is going to be your ability column, and you're going to list all the things that you know how to do well. All the things that come to you easy. Do you love to cook? Are you great at organizing things? Do you like to organize closets? Do you have great style? Are you great with Excel spreadsheets? Now you're going to go over to column number 2. You're going to title that one Love. This is your love column. These are all the things on that first list that you love to do. Because just because we have the ability to do something, we don't necessarily love to do it. Just because we can do something really well doesn't mean this is something that we want to take on the road and do forever and make a living. Now, from that list, you should have a few things that have, resonated and moved over. And then you're going to go to what I call the package list. How do you package that together? So for example, let's just say, let me look down at my list. I put on my ability side, I put PowerPoint design, event planning, managing projects, organizing, getting things done. I am on it. I know how to finish things. Creative design, and bringing people's ideas to life. So those are my abilities. Then on my love list, I moved over at PowerPoint design because I love that. I love to do anything designing, graphics in that nature, event planning. I moved that over, giving motivation, and I also moved over creative design and bringing things to life. So now I'm looking at my package column and I'm starting to notice that these things pretty much coincide with each other. Hence, the Corporate Concierge was born. Okay, I packaged all the things that I'm really good at, the things that I love to do from that list, and I made it into a business. So let's just say one of your things is you have a really great ability to bring people together. You're a great cook. And then you move those things over. You might want to start a YouTube channel on cooking. You never know. You do enough videos, the food channel might pick you up. Start with trying to identify your gift. Let's package that thing and let's give it out to the world. There is somebody out there who wants what you have. Okay, but we need to identify what that is, and this is one way of doing it. So number 1 is ability. The other thing is motivation. That's why I'm here, okay, to motivate you to get started. Motivation determines what you can do. If it's not in here, you're not going to do it. If it's not in here, you're not going to see it. So motivate yourself. How do you do that? Well, one way is by having positive reinforcements in front of you. I love to look at these things. I have a few different ones. Let me just read to you what I have. I have the one up here that says, going from doing to done. I had a boss that was her mantra. We will be talking about projects, and let's just say the project was just going on and going on and going on, and there was a problem here and there was a problem there, and we had this challenge and that challenge. And she would always say, how do we get from doing to done and finish that thing? So I'm going to talk on that on the video in the next few weeks. This one right here is one of my favorites, and it reads, if we wait until we're ready, we'll be waiting for the rest of our lives. Yeah, you feel that, right? It's so true. We always want things to be perfectly lined up before we pull the trigger, and that never happens. And the next thing you know, 10 years has passed, and then you're into the woulda, coulda, shoulda stage. So we're going to just bypass all that. I'm going to talk about that too. This one over here, it says, little girls with dreams become women with vision. And this is kind of what we're talking about today. You have a dream, and maybe this was a dream that you had when you were a little girl and you let it lie dormant. And it's time to fire that bad boy back up. And today we're talking about ability, motivation, and attitude. So we did ability. We're talking about motivation. What can you do to stay motivated? Positive reinforcements. Like I said, this is my wall of inspiration. I get up and I see this every day. Sometimes that might be something that I may have been dragging my feet on. I remember the going from doing to done. Maybe there's something that gives me doubt. I can't, I'm like, maybe I can't do something. And then I remember that I have to have the right attitude to keep moving forward. And then I remember why I started this thing. If I just I'm going to just give it up, nothing is working. And I remember that I had a dream. So these 4 things, although they speak to different topics, they really relate to a lot of the things that go on during the life of a business. Having positive people in your life. You can't share your business with everyone in terms of the ins and outs of your business. You want to have a mentor, a friend, a colleague, someone that you trust, someone that will be honest with you, but someone who wants to see you succeed. That when they critique you, they're really giving you things that will help you, not to break you down. How many times have we started things and we put something up on Facebook and we asked our friends and family to buy them, and you hear crickets, right? A lot of times when you're starting a new business, your sales are going to come from outside sources. And it's unfortunate. Yeah, your aunt might buy something, and your mama's going to buy something. But a lot of times, the people that we expect to really support us don't. So you're going to go to that person who knows how to do it, has a record for doing it, and you trust them, and you know that they're going to help you. That person for me is my fiance. He's been in business for 28 years. He started with very humble beginnings. He's in the detail industry. He started working out of his car. He was a single father. He worked nights. He did his business during the day. And now 30 years later, he's one of the top people in his industry. And the dream never died. He still loves doing what he does today, and he's one of the best at it. So when he tells me you can do this, I know that he has looked into me, not just because he loves me, but he's looked into me and he's watched me, and he knows that I can do something. And if I'm falling short somewhere, he helps me pick those pieces up. So you want to have someone in your corner that is really going to help you. This is the person that's going to read your copy. This is the person that's going to look at your designs. You want to have someone who is also a professional. You want to have someone who knows what you're talking about. You want to have someone who knows the product that you're trying to sell. And that might not be your best friend. And that's okay. You want to have someone that you can look up to. You want to have someone who has done, if not the same thing, very similar things. You need like-minded people in your camp. Doesn't mean you don't love your bestie, but maybe your bestie is not the best person to help you. Okay. Place goals in front of you. That keeps you motivated. Remember why you started this business. Remember what is it that you wanted to do with this business? Did you want to just bless the world with your food because you're such a great cook and you want to teach people how to do what you can do? Don't let that die. You can also join networking groups. Now, I know during these challenging times, it's really hard to get people together. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, there are a number of places that you can go to network and be with like-minded people. So find yourself a networking group, and then as soon as the economies and everything really open back up, go to in-person networking, be with people, talk about different things. You can have teas, you can have lunches, you can, all different types of things. So just kind of stay in the game. You want to just keep yourself always focused on what you're doing. Now we get to the third thing, which is attitude. Honey, if you don't believe in yourself, no one's going to believe in you. The third thing we're going to talk about, attitude. Honey, if you don't believe in you, no one's going to believe in you. If you don't believe in your product, no one's going to believe in your product. Speak positively about yourself. We are the worst. I know I struggle with that. The things that I sometimes say to myself when things get a little hard, life and death is in the power of the tongue. What you think is what you become, and what you say is what you attract. So why not think big things so that you can become a big thing? And why not say great things so you can attract great things? Stop kicking yourself further and further and further down. Don't do that. You wouldn't do that to a friend who comes to see you. And if a friend is coming to you and they want to stop their business, you've got 10,000 things to say to them to rise them up. Well, start talking to yourself as if you were a friend. What would you tell that girlfriend of yours who wants to quit her cooking channel? You would say to her, "Oh, girl, your food is the best. I love your food. What are you talking about? I've been sharing your page. You better keep at it." So why can't you do that for yourself? We have to always think positively, because as soon as we become the negative Nellies, then there's fear, then there's doubt, then you just don't do anything at all. Because what's the point? Be patient with yourself. It's going to take time. A lot of times we think as soon as we put a website up, everyone is supposed to flock to our website and buy up the shop. It doesn't work that way. Okay, you've got a website out. That's great. Now you got to advertise it. That takes time. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. That's going to give you that attitude. Know that you can do it. And if you think you can't do it, you're going to go back to your ability list. You're going to go back to all the things that you know how to do well. You're going to go back to the reason why you chose these things to create a business, because you know how to do it. You love to do it, and you're going to package it so that people are going to want to buy it. Okay? So remember that Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither will your business. Now, I pray that everyone today will go out and make their list, and tomorrow they put themselves out there and right away you've got 1 million followers. I pray for that. But the realization of it is it's going to take some time. And I'm talking to the choir here, because I could be really hard on myself. I want things to happen right away. I get frustrated a little bit. No, I get frustrated a lot. Okay, so I'm really trying to just take my own advice, like I'm telling you. So, attitude, ability, and motivation. Those are the 3 things that you need to really be an entrepreneur and get things going. Start that business. If you're working full-time, that's okay. Get your side hustle on, honey. Get it going. Work your side hustle while you're working your full-time gig. That's what I did for years. I started out doing custom candy wrappers for parties and events, and then I led into doing actual events, which led that into my career. Then my career got bigger in terms of doing events, which made my side business boom even more. So I just kind of worked parallel until I decided that it was time for me to do this thing on my own, and that's where I am. Okay, so if you liked what we're talking about today, hit the little bell. I post videos every Wednesday. And next week, I'm going to do another one of these posters and show you how that will resonate into you and your new entrepreneurial world. Remember, you got this, you can do this, and I believe in you, so believe in yourself. Talk to you later.